Okay, so yes, we were discussing C3 cycle, C3 cycle, C3 cycle. This is also known as Kelvin cycle, or this is also known as dark reaction. So this was given by Kelvin and his friend or colleague Benson. That's why this is known as Kelvin-Benson cycle or Kelvin cycle. Most commonly, you will hear Kelvin cycle. Okay. Then this is also known as biomolecule pathway or biosynthetic pathway. This and the scientist Kelvin got Nobel Prize in 1961, okay, for his work on doing this. And this experiment was done on C3 plant, which is wheat, rice, or blue green algae as well. And C3 cycle is having we have C3 cycles, which is also known as universal cycle. This is universal cycle. It's universal cycle, so this means you'll be thinking we also have any other cycles. So yes, we do have C4 cycle, which is not basically a topic, but we'll do this as well in next upcoming videos. So yes, this was a basic introduction. So let's start with the dark reaction. This is also known as dark reaction. Mm. First thing that I want to share you, and you need to just notice or focus, because if you see the word dark, you might be thinking this complete process would be done in the absence of sunlight. Okay, but basically that is not real. How? That's not real. This means that this process requires sunlight, but the name shows. So we just say that the dark reaction is dependent. This reaction is dependent on light reaction. Okay, if this is dependent on light reaction, so this means light reaction is dependent on sunlight. So indirectly we just say the dark reaction requires sunlight. No matters if the word or the name simply says dark reaction. Dark does not mean here the absence of sunlight, but the presence of sunlight, which would be indirectly, not the directly as we can say. Okay. So dark reaction. So this dark reaction has many aspects. How? First would be respiration. Okay, which we will be doing. Then, which we have done, sorry, but then we have C3 cycle. Then we have C4 cycle. C4 cycle, and then we have nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen fixation. Okay, so directly, if I just write is there sunlight used, we cannot say. So that means there's no sunlight, but that is dependent on light reaction. So the light reaction is dependent on what? Light reaction is dependent on sunlight. But if anyone asks you, is sunlight required or is sunlight present in the dark reaction? That's no. Okay. Then second thing, why this is known as C3 cycle? Why not C4? Why not C5? Just because during the complete reaction, during the complete reaction, the final stable product you will get would be C3 carbon 3. Okay, so that's why this name gives us C3 cycle, Kelvin cycle, Kelvin benzene cycle, and a lot of names we have given. And in this, the Kelvin cycle was given by scientist Benjamin Kelvin, and he did experiment on algae, photosynthetic, and these all breathing algae as well. And he used radioactive enzyme, radioactive element, not enzyme, radioactive element. Why? Just because these are easy to trace, like these are traced easily. And the carbon we used was C14, radioactive carbon C14. And we know this complete process have three processes: carboxylation, reduction, regeneration.